Yo, what is going on, guys? Mr. Bobcat here. In this video, we are going to be going over player-hosted tournaments currently in Test Realm. I tried it out for myself and I noticed some things that could be added, and I was curious if Quick Match 1v1s could make a return in 2025. The following video will be me summarizing the conversation between a developer from KingsIsle, Roberto, and I had regarding the new player-hosted tournaments systems. This is not a teaser, but rather an open conversation had in the main official Wizard 101 Discord in the test round suggestions posts. That being said, stick around to the end to see what he had to say on his thoughts regarding Quick Match 1v1s. For those of you that do not know what Quick Match is, Quick Match 1v1s are a tournament that has 10-minute matches. The damage is increased each round by 10%, with the maximum damage being 200%. All of your spells will also have 20% added pierce. These tourneys are really quick, with matches often taking only 3 to 4 turns. Small decks are the goal because you need to be able to draw what you need to kill as soon as possible. Alright guys, that being said, we're moving on to the video. I'll give you guys a second to read over this, but these were my initial questions on player-hosted tournaments and suggestions I felt would be nice to see implemented, giving players more control and creativity over player-hosted tournaments. Now, I'll summarize the response from Roberto. At first, he was unsure about my first question about Quick Match 1v1s, which we had to further specify later in the video. It'll make more sense at the end, trust me. He also responded on the possibility on canceling a tournament that was already made. Right now, currently in Test Realm, you cannot do that, or if you needed to reschedule one, it is also not possible. A good thing about player-hosted tournaments are it allows you to plan at least 1 week in advance and can be public or friends only. Roberto replied, it was something already on their radar, which is good news because life happens and it would be nice to cancel or reschedule a tourney if need be. The next response was on the current modifiers allowed in Test Realm, which are ones we are already familiar with in 5th Age PvP, and here is what he had to say about being able to change these modifiers. Fully customizing tournaments with spell lists or bans is very complex and not easily supported right now. What's currently available is a quote-unquote a happy middle ground. Specifically on the modifier options, Roberto can already add combinations of modifiers pretty dynamically. If a group comes up with a specific rule set, he's open to trying to accommodate it. For example, imagine a modifier that bans all gear. We would need an icon for it as well as text that would have to wait on a build before it could roll out. So basically saying the modifiers that are right now in Test Realm are subject to change. They aren't permanent, and Roberto is capable of removing and adding modifiers into tournaments for custom tournaments. And for now, we see a very simplified version, but in the future, we could possibly see advanced custom options. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. This was a quick one anyway. So we had to follow up question after all of this because he did answer the other questions. However, the big question was, will Quick Match 1v1 make a return in PvP? So the question was, I wanted to ask about why Quick Match 1v1 tournaments were removed. That format offered a really unique experience, fast-paced matches, smaller decks, and high-pressure decisions that made it feel very different from standard PvP. It also was one of the most popular tournaments types back when Red Arena tickets were still around. A lot of players look forward to it because of how fun and intense it was. Is there any chance Quick Match 1v1 could make a return in some form, maybe as a rotating event or a special format? I think many of us in the community would love to see it make a comeback. Thanks for your time. And he said, so if you're talking about the 10% damage each round modifier that exists and I can schedule it, and I replied, yes. Can this ever make a return? At least if a said group wanted to host a tournament like this, can it be possible? And what's funny is, up to this point, Roberto had no idea what we were talking about with Quick Match 1v1. He finally replied with saying, Stormbringer just made me realize I was being dumb. I'll try and get Quick Match in, lol. Accepting the facepalm. For some reason, I read Quick Match 1v1 as a tournament with just 2 players in it. So in the end, the initial question was not understood, but we had to further specify, because what he thought we were talking about was a quick match between just 2 people, not like a tournament style. But older players like myself and some of you in the community and like Stormbringer the developer knew that quick match 1v1 tournaments were a group of players, not just 2 people. So it was reassuring that he caught on board at the very end. But yes guys, that is the response for player hosted tournaments. And a possibility for quick match 1v1 tournaments to make a return in future updates. So thank you guys for sticking around. It was really fun making this video and having a conversation with a developer from KingsIsle. They are doing great stuff at KingsIsle, and I look forward to these tournaments. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, and if you think something should be added or changed, leave a comment down below. And as always, guys, thank you guys for being here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.